I urge you, all of you, if you have not, to get a personal relationship with the Lord. It's bigger than just going to church. It's so much bigger than just going to church. And I've been going to church since I was little. I got a relationship with God. That's so wonderful. That is wonderful. But it's bigger than the four walls of the church. You have to have a personal relationship. You know how many people that go to church every Sunday, they may be going to hell? It's true. Because you have to have a relationship with God, a personal one with God. He says, so the word says, many call on my name, many say, Lord, Lord. And I will say, he says, I never knew you. That one scripture right there knocks out the fact that you can say, I go to church, I know God. But the fact is, God must say, I know you. If he don't know you, so what you know him? The thing is, you must have security in your heart that he knows you. It is so imperative that you have a personal one-on-one relationship with God. Not, oh, I go to church every Sunday, I read my word, I sing some songs, I does my dance, I speaks in tongues. Okay, that's wonderful. But you gotta have a personal relationship with God. It's wonderful that you go to church every Sunday, you sing your songs, you worship, the fellowship with other Christian believers, but all the rest of the week you do what you want to do? No. Your personal relationship would dictate the way you live your life throughout the rest of the week. Sunday afternoon. Dictate when someone does something wrong to you. It will your actions will dictate your relationship with God. It will show where you're at. When you don't have your way. When your patience is tested. When you ain't got everything you need at that moment, but God is there. God will come, will show up and show out in your life. You understand that because you know that personal relationship. He ain't never failed you. Your personal relationship will show that you have to strengthen your relationship with God. Not your traditional going to church every Sunday. Not your religious studies. Not your religious studies. You must grow in your personal relationship with the Lord. It's so important. It's so important. So important. You can go to Bible study, choir rehearsal, Sunday school, be it the first one at Sunday school, first one at church. You go to all 4 services. Be best dressed. You can go all week, mission meeting, women's retreat, everything, men's thing, whatever y'all call it, men's meeting, whatever you want to have, everything throughout the week. But all your scholarly things that you do to show off the men that you're outer, that you're doing something outwardly, that you're advancing in your kingdom, that's great for your spiritual growth. But really, if you're not truly spiritually growing, that's just, oh, I'm attending these meetings and man seeing that, oh, I'm growing. But if God's not seeing that you're growing, there's no actual growth. If you're not walking in that stuff, you're not walking in it, there's no actual growth. So you need to work on your relationship with God. You need to fix yourself. We need to actually, and even if you're outside study throughout the week, reading your words, singing Christian hymns outside, Bible study outside of church, reading your word, constantly praying, constant communication, there's always room for growth. Don't ever think just because you're outside of doing videos, singing on YouTube, don't ever think you're there. There's always room for growth. You ain't never holier than thou. You're never where you're supposed to be. There's always growth. Ever be stagnant or ever be satisfied, because there's always room for growth. Consistently examine yourself, consistently stay in communication with God, and don't always be the one talking. Listen, because God always got something to say. He always has some kudos. He always have some, yo, I want you to work on this. Yo, this is where I want you to be. Go do this, go do that. You must listen. Me personally, I gotta work on my listening, work on my patience, and I can't do that on my own. I have to constantly stay in communication with God and constantly stay focused on Him. So I pray that you take heed and you work on your personal relationship with God and stay in your word. It ain't gonna be easy. He never said it was gonna be easy. Love you all. Get at me.